We have Mr. Sameer Nair, if he's in the audience. Oh, there he is, of course. From Ellipsis, Tanuj Garg and Atul Kasbekar.
Sort of side. You take your own.
Yes. Haji, please, if you get some chairs, that would be great. Rohan Mehra, I think Rohan Mehra is also here. Rohan, would you join us? And Manav, kahan hai? Manav Kaul, there he is.
Well done. Fucking my way.
Miss Dimple Kapadia, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we've got some mics and we're going to be sharing them. I apologize. Firstly, Sonal, congratulations on your premiere. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Are you so proud? How are you feeling right now?
Feeling on top of the world. And as the play director said, you've been a lovely audience. Thank you. So I'm feeling actually a sense of gratitude right now that such a lovely story, such an empowering story, which Twinkle has written, and the producers, Applause, Ellipsis, and Mrs. Funny Bones Productions, who have always pushed for progressive narratives, and Dimple ji, the actors of the caliber of Dimple ji, Manav, Aisha, and the freshness that Rohan and Atia brought, and the entire team. So there's a sense of gratitude that for a young debutant, young because when you debut, you are young. Yeah? So was interested with such a film, and I got to do such a film. So I wouldn't say it's a debut; it's a debut kebab. So that's what I'm feeling.
Debut kebab.
Debut kebab. So that's what I'm feeling right now.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, congratulations on your debut kebab. Dimple ma'am, my question to you is, the most basic and the most obvious one. When did you join the film as the lead actor? When did the film come to you?
Okay, I think the film came to me when I read Noni, and then I sent corrections to my child saying that, this is what the author is trying to say. So she turns around and says to me, Mom, I'm the author. So I think it started because I was busy underlining, I think it made sense of it and all of that. And that's how the film started for me.
Ms. Khanna, did you always envision this, your story becoming a film, or was it just something that happened eventually along the way?
I was just writing a story. It's a story I've been trying to write since I was 18. I failed numerous times. And I finally finished at 40. She hasn't finished the story. When I did give her the book, she first put it in her temple, and then she waited for a month because I think she was waiting for Ganpati to read it and give his review before she. So yeah, that's how it began.
Are you happy with the adaptation? Have you seen this? Is the first time you're watching, or have you seen this before? As the author, are you happy?
I've seen it before, but I think even Stephen King wasn't happy with The Shining, so who am I?
Tanuj, now that you have the mic, tell us about your collaboration with Sonal and why Sonal to direct this film.
I think first and foremost, I think the collaboration is personally extremely special for me because it brings together the two ladies, Dimple and Twinkle, who've been amongst my oldest and closest friends in the film industry. When I began my career in 1999, to be specific, Dimple's younger daughter, Rinky, was one of my closest friends and is one of my closest friends. So when friends come together, energies vibe, passions come together, and I think it's the start of something magical. So across the 37 films that I've done so far, I think this is truly a very, very special film for me because friends have come together. Over and above that, I think our association with Applause, this is our third film with Applause Entertainment, and I think we're extremely delighted and chuffed to have found such amazing, creatively driven partners. So I think it was a fantastic collaboration between Tina, Applause, and Ellipsis.
Delighted and chuffed. Wonderful. No, I mean, those are nice words. I'm not being facetious. Ms. Khanna, what is the inspiration behind these two sisters? Where did you draw your inspiration from?
The story is based on my grandmother, but I would like to clarify that fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, she did not have an affair with her yoga teacher. And I think that's primarily because her yoga teacher did not look like Manav. He was so I think, and at that point when it was adapted for stage, she was alive and she came to see it and she was really thrilled. So it holds special memories for me, this story.
I mean, if my yoga teacher looked like Manav, I don't freaking blame her. Manav, my next question is to you. Talk to me about crafting a romantic character where you're the main man in that romance, but you don't even get to hold hands with your heroine. Forget about kissing and other things. This is a romance without any hand holding even.
मतलब आप डिम्पल कपाड़िया के सामने खड़े, उसके बाद आपको एक्टिंग करने की शायद जरूरत पड़ेगी, तो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं पड़ा, मैं बस
तो थोड़ा और बताइए, what it is like being the romantic lead opposite Dimple Kapadia?
इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे राजमा खिलाया मुझे और मेरे को राजमा इनको खिलाना है।
ये कहानी की सुननी है।
क्या मतलब I don't know, I think सोनल ने जितने प्यार से पूरी स्क्रिप्ट लिखी है और आनंद जी का कैरेक्टर जो लिखा है, मुझे करते वक्त ऐसा कुछ लगा नहीं कि मैंने बहुत कुछ कहीं भी एफर्ट किया, एक्सेप्ट कि मुझे योगा सीखना पड़ा मुझे 1 महीने के लिए और हेडस्टैंड सीखना पड़ा, ये सब करना पड़ा। लेकिन मुझे बहुत ही ऐसा होता ना, जो फ्लो है, फ्लो में बैठा गया, ये है, मतलब मैं और ज्यादा कुछ कहने नहीं। Thank you.
Okay, so Sonal, आप बताओ फिर, then finding the tonality for the film as well, because when you're drafting a love story, again, where the protagonists don't really express love to each other physically, no holding hands or anything of the sort, but then you have to find a tone, because you know the man also is married, he also has a son, and then he's also sort of flirting with another woman. How did you get the tone for this film?
Yeah, so partly the tone was set in the story itself, because one thing that I really loved about the story, when I read it, and I read it a few times, before I got the film to work on, I'd read the story much earlier and seen the play also. But when it came to crafting it for the film, one of the things that's beautiful in the story is that there is humor, right? But humor is beautifully balanced with some very heavy emotional themes. There's a tremendous emotional theme within the story, along with humor. So that balancing had to be done. That was one. So the attempt was so that the humor or humor situations come from day-to-day interactions rather than forced humor, because that would have killed the emotional, so to say, theme of the film. So that was one. And the other was that I guess romance at an older age is not rushed. It evolves quietly. And as far as Noni is concerned and Manav is concerned, it's not just about them finding love or finding companionship. It's also both of them are, and Noni especially, is also discovering herself in the process. And that can never be rushed. So that's where the tone came, that it should be quiet, it should evolve, and audiences, through interactions, without even holding hands, without overtly saying I love you or whatever, right, without any of those cliches, should just understand or feel that evolution of companionship. Not even love, companionship. And that's so much stronger than love actually.
I mean, yeah. बनाने के बाद लव अगर नहीं होएगा तो मतलब
लव तो था देखा होगा
eventually वो ऐसा very nice एयरपोर्ट पर he's like
इतना अच्छा गाना भी था ना उसमें
very sweet, it's all very sweet. Sameer, which one of these people came to you and said that एक गाड़ी भी है इसमें और उसके लिए हमें करण जौहर की आवाज चाहिए?
That would have to be
I mean,
No, that one wasn't Twinkle Khanna's brainchild.
Achha, but you told me.
I told you.
Me.
And how thrilled or bewildered were you with that choice and that decision?
I am always happy. I mean, and totals, yeah, and totals.
I'm serious though. Who wanted Karan Johar to be the voice of the car? Karan, was that your decision?
I think it was our mutual decision.
I mean,
Just pretend we don't remember.
it was great. Please talk to me about working with ellipsis.
Well, actually, as he said, this is our third film together, so we are happy to be doing that. And when they suggested Sonal's name, I mean, I've known Twinkle and Twinkle also, but when he suggested Sonal's name, the beginning, the only thing was that Sonal's had a really storied career in advertising, and he's done a lot of amazing work. And I spoke to him at that time, and I suppose the one thing that he kept talking about each time was that he spent his life making 60-second stories. And he's conveyed huge amounts of emotions in 60 seconds. And I told him this is going to be like a lot more, so it's tougher. But what he always spoke about from the beginning, and that's what you see on screen, is really a string of precious pearls. Lots of small little moments. And I think that whole thing coming together is what's made this. He's been working with brilliant actors, it's a terrific story, and so yeah, I mean, Ellipsis is wonderful partners. Great guys to work with.
Mr. Karthikar, now as one of the producers and one of the people who's presenting this movie to the world, what are plans? When do people get to watch it? Do we have anything that we can share quite yet or not?
Well, you'll see it on OTT soon enough.
Okay.
That announcement is forthcoming. We just want to add, weird things happen in life. The first breaks I got in photography were amongst the first breaks, were thanks to this guy. When he was at Ogilvy. And we worked on God knows how many campaigns together internationally and all over the place, and became very good friends. Then he went off to Malaysia, Singapore. When he moves back to Bombay, of all the places he lives, it's in the apartment next to mine.
Wow.
Yeah. So 9:30 at night, so now we'll be doing, want to get a nightcap and sit in gas. And I've been telling him for years, there's a story inside you. You better write it. He was too lazy to write it, so then we gave him Twinkle's short story. And then he expanded the short story into the long form. So something gets sown so far back in time and then fructifies so much later. And I can, we both can track the journey of this. It's quite amazing. Think about it.
Now, before I open it to some questions from the audience, Atul, you were just telling me a story outside of a very special guest appearance in this film, and I'm going to let you tell the people here who that guest appearance is and when that was.
So, when the role was written for a certain Mr. Venkat, who is the chairman of the MCB Cooperative Bank, not the Kapadia Bank. I said, the person we need actually is someone like Vidya Balan's father. So Tanuj and I talked about it, and so we just asked Vidya first. So I asked Vidya, and she had there was this stunned silence at the other end, and an almost angry voice said, "Please don't give these ridiculous ideas, thank you very much." And she hung up. That very night, she calls me back, sounding mildly apologetic, and she says, "One moment, please." The next person on the line is Mr. Balan, and he says, "I say, if you want me to act in the movie, you ask me, why are you asking her?" So, Mr. Balan, can you please stand? Please welcome Vidya Balan's dad, who's
And the first time I met Mr. Balan, he had the lines memorized. I was absolutely amazed. Thank you so much.
Fun little Easter egg. Rohan, lastly to you, if I could just hand the mic. Tell me about seeing yourself on the big screen with all these amazing legends.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite overwhelming. I think when they came to me with the script and asked if I wanted to do this, I said, of course, because it's a chance to share the screen like you said with legends. And the character on the page, there were only 2 scenes, I know, but it really felt lived in and it felt exciting to do it, yeah.
I was not prepared for that bass in your voice, my man.
I'm really sorry about that.
No, that's mad impressive. Alright, so if we can have a mic going around in the audience, and if anyone has any questions, we'll just take a few. You can raise your hands. And yes, this lady right in the front, she's poised, ready with her camera also.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Yes,
Hi, good evening everyone. This is Rimana from Zaar Communications. I have a couple of questions, but obviously I ask one, and that is what I felt. I'll tell you. It felt like a Hollywood film, and I really loved the way Dimple ma'am acted. Wonderful, ma'am. You really made me feel like I'm watching a Hollywood actress, not a Bollywood actress. I mean, I'm just differentiating from the fact that, you know, Bollywood is more like filmy.
My hair does the trick.
Yes, ma'am, you look so beautiful, and believe me, the concept itself, Twinkle ma'am, it's amazing. The storyline is awesome. I just really loved it. I'm sure India would love it and the world would love it. It's a global film, let me tell you. And Sonal sir, wonderful. I would say wonderful script, you know, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Everybody did a good job. Rohan and Manav Kaul, you did a good job as well. Everybody, I mean, I just want to thank all of you all. The question would be that how did you even come to this idea? This question is for Twinkle ma'am.
I think I've always been fascinated by older women, and that was before I became an older woman. Things do go a bit south at this point of time. You know, the hair from your head migrates to your chin, your breasts start wanting to hug your knees, but that doesn't mean that you have to be relegated to the sidelines of your own story. So I thought that I would showcase a story where you are at the center of your life, no matter how old you are, and I think that was pretty much my idea. Thank you.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Just to reiterate, Mr. Kapadia is also a Hollywood actor, but you might have heard of a little-known film called Khanna.
Yes.
Sorry. Very less little-known film. Anyone else? No? Yes, right there. That gentleman in the black shirt. Where's the mic?
Oops, that was...
Hello everyone, thank you for this screening and congratulations on this beautiful film. And my question is to all the actors that the best scenes in this film kind of is the scenes where it feels like there's a lot of improvisation has been done. So like, was the film a lot improvised or just like it was scripted?
Were there any improvisations on set? Dimple ma'am?
I have to say this, that working with these marvelous actors, Manav Kaul and Binny, I mean, they are so spontaneous. They don't leave you with a choice. I mean, it was such a joy working with them that it just kind of flowed, and they're absolutely brilliant in their job. So that was a great pleasure. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right, I think.
And ma'am, I saw you as a kid. I saw your movie Bobby, so I have been a big fan.
Haji, sir, right here. We'll take one last question and then we'll wrap it up.
So just to add to that, part of it was improvisation happening, but part of it was a deliberate decision that everything should feel like every day. Yes. Nothing loud, nothing, you know. So that flow was, and partly as Dimple ma'am said.
Congratulations to the entire team. Its journey begins with Twinkle ma'am. God bless you.
Sorry, it begins with me. I produced it.
Superstar, real superstar of Indian cinema, Dimple ji. And I love Manav. He's from theatre, and both Binny and Manav doing amazing many projects. I've seen all his plays. Once again, congratulations to all. One simple question: theatrical release कब है?
Streaming पर है वो चीज़ें.
No, theatrical release.
Sorry, sir.
उल्टा नहीं करा जाए.
Yes. Theatrical release ये फिल्म होनी चाहिए.
Yes, correct.
इतने साल से फिल्म देख रहा हूँ. बॉक्स ऑफिस आपको बिल्कुल कोई तकलीफ नहीं देगा.
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
One last question, lady in the corner, and then we'll wrap up.
Thank you, lady. I want to thank you all for bringing up this topic, because as a senior myself, I really wish that when people watch this film, they come out and really live the life that they want to live. Because, and I also want to thank Mami, because you may not know it, but Mami here gives seniors such a beautiful opportunity to come and watch films here and to stand, without not having to, stand in that rush. So I just feel that this film opens up a new thought for all seniors like us. And I hope that everybody go Noni go type film.
Yes.
Just go.
Very, very good.
Okay. I think there's a question in the back also. I think Akshay Kumar has a question. All right.
He's awake. Past his bedtime.
Yeah, hello, it's my wife's film. So my question is to the producer, when is the next show? Because I couldn't watch the film properly because my wife was sitting next to me and she was बार-बार कोनी मार के कैसी लग रही है फिल्म, कैसी लग रही है फिल्म, मैं फिल्म देख नहीं पाया हूँ, तो अगला शो कब है, मुझे पूरी फिल्म देखनी है। कोई जवाब दीजिए।
जल्दी
प्रोड्यूसर को माइक दे दो सर।
हाँ प्रोड्यूसर तो ट्विंकल भी है, घर पे दिखा देंगे,
प्राइवेट स्क्रीनिंग कर लेंगे।
सुन, क्योंकि मैं वाकई में देख नहीं पाया, सच में कह रहा हूँ। पूछ लीजिए मेरी बीवी वही है कि कितनी कोनियां मारी है, कैसी है फिल्म, कैसी है फिल्म।
Sonal Dobral, go Noni go everyone.
Hello.